Hi, welcome to episode 2. This time around we'll cover the Airstream Ontario Spring Rally in Blyth as well as Rondeau Provincial Park. So let's roll. This is our second Airstream Ontario Rally, and this time around there was over 55 rigs present, with many very seasoned Airstreamers. We've met a few folks well over their 80s still using their Airstream, and many of them dating back to year 2000. That means they are still on the road after 24 years and very much in shape. The same as their owners, to be honest. The location was Blyth Fairground, which is a big field with a bunch of water and electrical hookups, which worked great, but nothing else, which is kind of expected so it can accommodate a large group. As we are fairly new members, on the Saturday a hassle-tassle was organized. That is, a veteran member hosting a few of us over appetizers and drinks. This was very fun and should be an everyday occurrence during a rally, especially for new members. We've met a few couples younger than us, which was a nice surprise. On our last evening, we connected with Anya and Suave from Streaming the Dream. They are in their early 40s and living it full-time while working on the road. This was great fun and unexpected. Thanks for sharing your Starlink setup and traveling in the US tips. Outside of the rally events, we managed a few great outings. Cowbell Brewery was 5 minutes away and the lunch and beer were great. This place is so well designed and built, it's a must visit for the actual location. The beer and the food is locally sourced and so good. Also, on 2 occasions, we rode our bikes on the G2G trail, which stands for Guelph to Goderich, with over 132 kilometers of old converted rail tracks. With Blyth sitting at around 30 kilometers from Goderich, on the first occasion we decided to head to Goderich, thinking 30 kilometers and back 60k should be good, easy. Unfortunately, we didn't know there was a missing bridge and a detour adding a few additional kilometers. We ended up doing over 78 kilometers that day. On top of that, we managed to take a fall while climbing a steep little hill, and even the electric bikes decided it was too steep, and since my feet are clipped to my pedals, I didn't manage to unclip in time and fell sideways with Caroline following me right after. Fortunately, there was no video or pictures, but Caroline had a few bruises to remember. All in all, the G2G trail had great views and well maintained with good directions, finishing in Goderich, a beautiful town and beach. The second time around, we went the other way towards Guelph and ended up doing an easy 40-kilometer ride, but the ride to Goderich was more scenic. Overall, Blyth was a great social gathering. Hello, welcome to Rondeau. We've been to Rondeau Provincial Park a few times already, and it's still one of our favorites. Now that it's much closer to our new home, we'll probably trade our shakedown venue with this one. Great for biking with over 20 kilometers of bikeable routes in the park itself. A huge beach which we biked on for 5 kilometers. And also deserted enough to enjoy kite flying when the winds cooperate. Once again, our friend Brian joined us for a couple of days with Harper. The next morning, we decided to go on an easy 2-3 kilometers hike. Just as we entered the wooded area, we knew something was very wrong. Caroline and I completely forgot to put on bug spray, and we were like fresh meat being eaten alive by mosquitoes. We should have known better. June in Ontario, and probably anywhere in Canada for that matter, is Bugs Kingdom. Brian was prepared and had a good laugh at us. Being a good sport, he suggested we turn around and meet up for lunch at nearby Rondeau's Joe for a fish and chip and a few cold wines, which we eagerly agreed to. For the first time, we went biking to Airstream, a nearby town across the pond from Rondeau, but still over 50 kilometers in distance. And coming back, we got on the Fox Snakes Trail. We had a good laugh with the name of that trail. For Fox Snakes, right? Let's see this. You see, like one side, this says the land. Look at that. So once the water is higher than the land, it's scary, right? We also biked 5 kilometers of the 7 kilometers marsh trail, seeing a bunch of yellow warblers and a few turtles along the way. The first 3 kilometers are easy bike trails, then it drops to single file and gets quite bumpy. We decided to turn around at kilometer 5 as it was getting narrower with lots of tall grass around. Quite beautiful nature scenery. It must be amazing for bird watching during the high season. This was a great extended long weekend.
In our next episode, we will be in Rondeau Provincial Park near Burlington to visit our son and a few friends. After that, we'll go to Sandbanks Provincial Park in Prince Edward County and hope to see you then.